What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the RAS Project. Real stories from real humans. This is where we debunk the bullshit and fluff and talk about 100% proven tactics and strategies to help you grow your life and business. My name is Temelkov and I'm your host. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the hotel edition of the RAS Project. I'm currently traveling and, well, make the best of it, right? Because that is what an entrepreneur does. I've got one favor to ask. If you found value in this episode, if so, please tell others about the RAS Project. You can subscribe anywhere on the internet: Apple, Google, Spotify, Amazon, Pandora, any and all of the those podcasting platforms. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Ivan Temelkov, where you can watch other episodes of the RAS Project as well. Do you got questions? I've got answers. Please send me an email at ivan@razorsharpdigital.com. So I want to talk about the hierarchy of a human business model and what that really means. And someone brought this up on my social medias and it really got me thinking. You know, it's something that I'm currently doing with my digital marketing agency, something that I've strive to build over the last 5 years. And I think a lot of people just don't understand what that really means and how a human business model differentiates from a traditional business model. In case you guys are wondering, no, I'm not dead. Nothing has happened. Everything is well. I know there haven't been new episodes of the podcast over the last, I guess, couple of weeks. And that has been because of the Thanksgiving holiday. Also, I spent some time with my family on a mini getaway this past weekend. And then also having some business travel this week where I'm actually visiting a client of mine. And ironically enough, actually, that sort of kind of inspired this episode that I wanted to talk about and tell you why it's important to utilize a human business model, why I personally think, you know, a human business model is something that a lot of modern companies really need to utilize, especially if you're looking to have longevity, if you want to have retention, if you want to grow, if you want to thrive in this digital age. But so before we dive into it, you know, what classifies a business as a human business, right? How is it any different than any traditional business? Well, let's talk about that real quick. There's a few things that I personally have utilized within my business, within my human-centric digital marketing agency, Razor Sharp Digital, to position it as a human business and really build a human business model. And so I want to share that with you guys because if you're an entrepreneur, if you're a small business owner, you know, you're looking to figure out, how do I grow? How do I thrive? How do I increase my relationships? And we all know that in business, it's all about relationships. And if you don't have those relationships, then you're not going to be able to grow and thrive, right? So here's a few things that, you know, I think it's really important. And I'm going to correlate that to my client visit where I'm at currently, actually, because it's 100% relatable. And that's the first thing. You know, a human business is one that utilizes relatability. So you got to have relatability to the people that you're trying to serve, your prospects, your potential customers. So, you know, one of my customers is really into fitness and nutrition. And so I'm into fitness. And so there's that relatability factor, right? Because you got to have that in business. If you don't have the relatability, then find the fucking relatability. What I mean by that is become fucking relatable to them. You know, if you're not into fitness, become into fitness. If you're not into hunting, you know, get into hunting or whatever that might be. If you want to build powerful relationships that are going to have longevity, and the relatability factor is extremely important because you're going to be able to have something in common to discuss with your clients. And so, and I've proven that with one of the longest standing relationships that I've had in business right now, 14 months running. And it's getting stronger by the day. And it's largely in part because of relatability. So that's the first thing you got to have is relatability. The second thing is likability. People gotta like you. That's part of the human business model. If people don't like you, they're not gonna buy your shit. They're not gonna buy your product. They're not gonna buy your service because you're not a likable person. It doesn't matter how good your product or service is. If you are not a likable person, they're not gonna buy shit from you. So you got to really think about, how can I be more likable? Am I really a likable person? If you're not a likable person, why aren't you a likable person? Are you a total dick because you think that that's going to give you some gratification or whatever that might be? But likability is an important aspect of human business. Trust is another really big one. Look, guys, you got to have trust. You got to have trust in relationships. You got to have trust in business. It's really no different. And I think, as a lot of people say, trust is earned. That is true. But I think trust takes time to build also. So as long as you're persistent in your endeavors, like, with my company, Razor Sharp Digital, I have built trust with my best clients by delivering on what I've promised and doing that consistently. Also, because you have to earn that trust from them. It's not going to be given to you, and you gotta earn that trust. So earning trust is a tough one because it's largely predicated on belief and hope also, and persuasion also. So those things play a part in building trust, but you gotta have trust in human business. You've got to. Personalization is a really big one. I know that in this modern digital age, we all operate on Zoom. A lot of companies have shifted to the work from home business model, virtual model, and I get it. Zoom meetings are great and all, but a Zoom meeting will never, ever, ever supplement a face-to-face conversation that you're gonna have with a prospect or a customer of yours. And here's a prime example, where I'm at right now, actually visiting a client of mine. We had dinner last night. Today I was on site on their facility shooting video for their social media marketing endeavors that we're doing. And there was this bonding that was happening, that this face-to-face interaction that's unlike something that you can do on a Zoom call. So personalization is a huge, huge, huge part. And this is why I travel to see, some of my best clients, because the personalization aspect is key to retention. It's key to retention. So it's really important, to keep that in mind. You gotta have personalization. Connectivity, you gotta be able to gauge that synergy and be able to connect with people. I think for me personally, that's a DNA thing that I've had since I was a kid. And, it's kind of fucked up that it took me 41 years to figure out, what connectivity truly looks like. Not because I was incapable of it, but it was rather more of the unwill to exercise that. But from a human business model standpoint, you've got to have connectivity with people, period. It's that simple. Connect with them emotionally. And if you do so, because people do buy on emotion, then you're going to be able to generate more prospects and customers. Communication. Communication is so important. One of the things that, some of our clients find fascinating is how communicative we are. How communicative we are through a project management system, through real-time communication, how persistent we are. I guess I should say persistent communication, through our endeavors. So you gotta have communication, consistent communication, regardless of circumstances, and be persistent in those endeavors, because communication solves problems. And that's the humanization aspect of it. When you're communicating, you have a two-way communication, not a one-way communication, a two-way communication, to where you're able to interact with your customers. And then real problem solving. I think one of the biggest drawbacks, I think, in the height of digital and media right now is just that A lot of people talk about being solution oriented and being able to create solutions, but when it comes to real problem solving in the human business model umbrella, you got to be able to create customized solutions, to specific problems. That's real problem solving. Every company has a unique set of problems. You can't solve 99 problems with one solution, because every brand, every business has their own unique set of problems they're trying just to solve. So with my digital marketing agency, it might fall under a social media problem. It might fall under a paid media advertising problem. It might fall under a website problem. But even then, let's say social media, you're doing social media marketing, yes, there is a gameplay that we can use, but that gameplay has to be customized to the unique set of problems that particular client is having in the social media space. Maybe it's an Instagram problem, maybe it's a Facebook problem, or maybe it's just a holistic strategy problem. So you can't take one solution and apply it to 99 problems. So real problem solving, customized solutions, which is what we do at Razor Sharp Digital as a human marketing agency, is absolutely critical in this modern day and age. So again, I want to recap real quick because in case you're wondering, the things that I touched upon, and these are some things that I've personally utilized to be able to scale my company Razor Sharp Digital to over 6 figures in revenue, actually in just 1 year, by following pursuit of a human business model. And those things include relatability, likability, trust, personalization, connectivity, communication, and real problem solving. So those are really the things that, I think any modern company needs to utilize to become more human-centric. So I want to keep it short and sweet, guys. Like I said, hotel edition of the podcast. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you got some value out of this. And if you did, please take a moment. I would greatly appreciate it. Hop on Apple Podcasts and cast a review for the RAS project. I would greatly appreciate it. It'll help others find value in this, being able to subscribe to the podcast and get the same amount of value that you guys are getting, and ultimately be able to get new episodes of the RAS project directly to your feed. I hope you guys are doing well. Thank you so much for tuning in, and until next time, peace out.